Welcome back into Coach's Corner. We are now getting towards the tail end of the regular season for Champions Indoor Football. So joining us today, Sioux City Bandits head coach Irv Stroving. And coach, a thriller Saturday night against the Gillette Mustangs. I know this was a big one for you guys. It went down to the wire though. What did you like about the fight that your team showed, even to that last minute?
Well, first of all, what a great crowd we had. I mean, it was awesome to see that many people in the Tyson, packed to Tyson. We had so many awesome groups out. So the fan engagement was awesome with my players, and I really think it helped them stay motivated throughout the game. You know, obviously it didn't turn out the way we wanted it to, but you know, I mean, we got down 14-0, you know, and at that point you're sitting there and, you know, we came back and took the lead, you know, and then it was a back and forth game. So guys could have very easily just shut it down when you're down 2 scores. But I mean, I think we've got a lot of veterans of indoor football and they say, hey, we're never out of it, you know, until the final clock reads 0. So really they kept playing, you know, even though we were down early and just fought through it.
Yeah, and just 3 games left in the regular season now. It's flown by, but you talk about that group of veterans. Still, each season, it's the start of something new. What have you liked just about the way they've grown from the start of the season to now?
Yeah, I mean, I think, you know, you and I have talked, and Jason and I have talked, you know, started out the special teams wasn't going well, you know, and that's always really been a focus of ours throughout the course of my reign as a head coach and the staff that I have. You know, we've always prided ourselves. You know, we've had, I think 4 of the 10, 11 years I've coached, we've had special teams player of the year. Of the league award, and started out really not so good, but you know, we're getting these rookies. You know, that's a good way for a rookie to make the squad. You know, we've only got 21 roster spots on game day, and 16 of those are starters. So there's only 5 guys out there, and so you know, we're those rookies are really pushing each other to get out there and help us on special teams. So I think we've grown right there. You know. Defensive secondary, we added a few guys and really bolstered the secondary. We've really been, injuries have really hurt us this year. So we're kind of starting to get back into, you know, signing a few guys that will help us down the road, maybe getting a few guys healthy. But there are guys we've lost for the entire season, unfortunately.
Right, and even though we're at the tail end, still some big important games to be played this Saturday. The Omaha Beef come to town. That's always a good one. First time you guys will see each other since that semifinal game. How can you take advantage of this opportunity at home as well?
Well, I mean, it's always hard to go on the road and pick up a victory in this league. So if you remember last year, we played Omaha, I think, twice at home and maybe once down there. And both of those games at home came down to the final literally play. You know, we scored a touchdown on the final play as the clock was running down to 0 to win that first game, and then they scored with 8 seconds on the clock in regulation to beat us in the semifinals. So it's really, if you're a fan of the Sioux City Bandits or indoor football, we'd love to have you at that game next week. You can't leave till the clock reads 0 because crazy things happen. Yes,
definitely some thrilling games for sure. Now, you yourself, a former player for the Bandits, now over 10 years as the head coach, 1 win away from 100 wins. I know it's been special, but when you reflect back on the journey, is there one thing that comes to mind thinking about your time with the Bandits?
I guess I'm the kind of guy I probably would remember the losses more than I would remember the wins. I guess those kind of fuel me, and I think that's why we get a lot of our guys back. You know, if like we lost in the semifinals last year to Omaha, that leaves a bitter taste in everybody's mouth, and they're like, all right, we're not going to retire. We're going to get over the hump and finish this. So. I don't know. It's been awesome. You know, I get to coach with, you know, some of my best friends in the world on a daily basis, and love these players like family. They're good people that come to Sioux City and play for us. So all those wins have been special, and there's been a lot of people that have played a part. I'm not that great of a coach. I just know how to put the guys around me. So my staff, you know, they're second to none.
Well, I'm so glad you mentioned that because it really is full circle when it comes to the Bandits. Your former college coach at Wayne State on staff, some of your former teammates and players at Wayne State. What is it about the Bandits organization that just makes it, that family, a super special environment?
It's really cool. You know, obviously I was one of the first 10 players signed to the Sioux City Attack organization in 2000. And that year we played with probably 4, 5, 6 of my teammates from Wayne State. My former roommate Jesse Waverneck, Jared DeGeorge, and I have been friends for since 1995, you know, who's our offensive coordinator up until this year, you know, some of my best friends in the world, you know, and the Sioux City Bandits, Sioux City Attack gave us all that opportunity to continue our careers. It was awesome to see Coach Wagner come back to Sioux City, you know, guy that, I mean, he recruited me in college and, you know, kind of made me the individual that I am, you know, through my college career, and now he's my offensive line coach, you know, and there's not a better offensive line coach that I've ever met, you know, and you know, Scott Jensen's our offensive coordinator now. Marlon Lobin played for me, Scott played for me, Spetler, Tonga, and I played together, and then I coached him, you know, when I had to retire. And then Anthony Thomas, the same thing. He and I played together. So these are all guys that are on my staff from all parts of the world that have come to Sioux City and played with me or for me, and then are now on our staff, which is it's a special thing.
Very awesome for sure. Now, this final stretch here, what is one thing you really want the team to focus on to really just leave it all out there?
You know, we really have to come together and as a team, and I think we've grown, but we can still get better. You know, we need to, you know, when you've only lost twice, learn to deal with adversity a little bit. And I think I mentioned earlier, you know, we're down 14-0. I think, you know, those things build character in the end, you know. So I think we've had years in the past where, like last year, we were 9-1 at the time, and then, you know, kind of riding high, like nobody can knock you off of your pedestal, and then you run into a buzzsaw at Omaha in the semifinals, and I think, you know, maybe losing a few times and facing some adversity is preparing us for that run. We just got to get the job done now.
Alrighty, well, it is going to be a big one this Saturday. A fun team to watch for the Bandits so far, so be sure to go out and support them. 7 p.m. against the Omaha Beef. Coach, thank you so much for joining us on Coach's Corner.
Thank you for having me on.